Right, so summer is approaching. It's getting hotter outside, so we're gonna be seeing a lot of outdoor events. Festival season is approaching, so we're gonna be having festivals, raves, concerts, and outdoor events. And here's a list of things that I highly recommend you guys not wear when you're going to these spaces. Not because I'm being a hater, not because I don't like you, but because I think that it is a severely not thought out and bad idea, and you're gonna have a hard time if you do this. Okay. First things, rompers, bodysuits, overalls are an absolute no-go in these outdoor spaces because they don't have bathrooms. You'll be dealing with the porta potties, and you do not want to have to strip naked to pee in a porta potty, especially if you eat something that gives you the runs and you don't want to be trying to do all that in the porta potty. And depending on how long the event goes, like let's say it starts at 10 a.m. and it ends at 8, by 5 p.m., I guarantee you there's going to be at least an inch of poop water on the floor and all type of stuff on the walls that you have to, hold on to. And you don't want to do that under those circumstances. It will ruin your day. It will ruin your night. And speaking of other things that I'm going to recommend you not wear for the same reason, bell sleeves. Bell sleeves, long flowy skirts, long flowy, pants, like bunch of ruffles and layers and stuff. I'm gonna highly recommend you not wear that into these spaces because of porta potties. You're gonna have a hard time. Okay, you're gonna have a hard time. I recommend you wear a shoe with a platform, but not anything too high. Something like a creeper. You know, maybe like 2, 3 inches at best, just because of that whole poop water layer at the bottom of those porta potties. And if it rained the first day, if it starts raining or it rained a few days before, then when you're walking on that grass, it's gonna be muddy and everything. Like you want a nice sturdy shoe. So I'm thinking, creepers will be best, or like a sandal, maybe like a platform sandal, something that you could walk in. You do not want to wear impractical, painful shoes when you're in these outdoor spaces because oftentimes they're in parks, they're in woods, they're in fields where there's, just lots of land and lots of space, and you will have to walk long distances to get to and from whatever it is you need to be. And you will be exploring a lot, especially if you're at like a fair or something and there's all these different sights to see. You don't want to wear uncomfortable shoes in those situations. To be safe for real like that, you really should just be wearing like black gym shoes, black, I don't know, like something that people wear for like hikes and stuff. Like, you really just want to be safe. I don't want you guys spraining your ankle or anything because you're wearing pleasers and like muddy grass and like trying to stump your way through the mud. I don't want you guys to twist your ankles or, anything like that. Do not bring like things that can be interpreted as a weapon. I know a lot of goth people love their studs, their spikes. What do you call it? The thing you put on your fist to punch people with. Like, you don't want to wear stuff like that because one, there's gonna be metal detectors, and if you got a lot of spikes and stuff, they don't care if you spent $50 on that spike belt. They don't care if you spent $80 on your spike choker and it's custom made and you bought it at an anime fair and it's made by a local artist, it's one of a kind, and all of that. They're gonna make you take all that shit off and they're going to throw it away. Like security is gonna confiscate it and throw it away. So don't wear that to, concerts, events and stuff. Nightclubs tend to be a little bit more lax when it comes to, studs and spikes and stuff because if they're hosting an event for gobs, they know that that's the type of stuff that you guys like to wear. But, when you're going to, fairs, festivals and stuff that, goth people tend to like and enjoy but aren't really made for that, they're gonna confiscate that stuff and throw it away. Like, I'm telling you right now, they're gonna make you throw it away. If you're the type to wear like mace, tasers, knives, or something on your keychain for safety, then you either need to leave that at home or leave it in the car or something like that because security will confiscate it and throw it away. Like they don't care how much you spent on that. They don't care that you gotta take an Uber home and walk 10 miles from where the Uber is willing to drop you off or whatever at like 10 o'clock at night. You want to be safe or whatever the hell. They don't care about that. They care about the safety of the people in the venue. That's what their job is to protect, not you coming from, not you going to and from the venue. So just be mindful of that sort of thing. I do recommend that you bring a water bottle. I do recommend that you bring like small bags, like a fanny pack or like a little shoulder thing, not any like huge backpacks, suitcases, anything you gotta roll around, whatever. Because one, that's gonna get annoying if you're lugging that around all day. It's gonna like you're gonna want to sit it down somewhere. You may potentially lose it. Like you're just gonna have a hard time. So less is more. Less is less is more, and might be easier and better in the long run. Unless you're going to like an outdoor event where you want to bring a blanket, you want to have a place to sit on the grass or something like that, then sure. If it's like a food festival or something like that where you could probably spread out, but you really want to try and pack as light as possible because there's going to be a long distance from the parking lot to the venue. And there's going to be a long distance from there to where you go and get food, to the bathroom, to the water, to everything. Like, you just really want to be mindful of that. When it is 80 plus degrees outside, okay, 80 plus degrees outside, do not wear velvet, do not wear PVC, do not wear leather, pleather, none of that. You will overheat, and I do not want you to be at risk of heat stroke or dehydration or heart attack or whatever the hell because you're trying to prove to your friends how hardcore you are. Like, please find something sexy to do. Do not do that. I promise you it's going to be miserable, and I speak from experience. You're going to be miserable if you wear those hot ass fabrics on hot ass days. Like, and it's just not worth it to risk, especially if you have other health issues that already makes you more prone to fainting or dizzy spells or anything like that. You just really want to be mindful and watch out for that sort of thing. I recommend that you get the type of water bottle that has like the little filter in it because when it comes to these venues, if they have water fountains or anything like that, it's not going to be like filtered water that you have at home. It's going to be, you know, like regular, degular, like water from the fountain, water from the ground, or whatever. And I'm telling you right now, those fountains are disgusting and you don't want that. So get you the type of water bottle that has a filter in it so you can filter your water in real time before you drink it. It'll save you so much stress and being dehydrated and everything. So just don't do that. Do wear sunscreen. Yes, do wear sunscreen. Okay. Don't be outside frying your skin off, just trying to have a good time because if you get sunburned, you're gonna have a hard time in life. And yes, a lot of people can get sunburned. It's harder, but you can, especially if you have eczema, skin allergies, skin sensitivities, or anything. Like sunburn is so painful and dry and just it's a mess. I would not want to set yourself up for that. So try to limit like body oils. Like lotion is fine. Lotion and creams, butters and stuff, that's fine. But try not to wear so many body oils when it's like 80 plus degrees outside because that stuff is gonna kind of melt and you're gonna be feeling oily and sticky and gross. Do wear deodorant. Do wear deodorant. Do bathe before going outside the house. Not yesterday, not the day before yesterday, not the day before that. Use washcloths, bathe, use soap, not a beauty bar, soap everywhere. Clean behind your ears, inside your ears. If you got rolls in your body, clean in between and underneath, all in them rolls before you go outside. I'm not trying to smell y'all. So y'all be smelling disgusting. Please practice basic hygiene. Like, we really, like, it ruins a good time. It ruins a good space, and we don't need that. So, soap and water, deodorant, lotion, sunscreen, water bottle. I also recommend you bring some type of hand sanitizer or like those little soap pods because those places, they oftentimes they either don't have soap or they don't have water, they don't have sinks. Like you're gonna be out in the trenches, literally. You just want to be prepared for that. The toilets may or may not become unusable at some point, so you and your friends may have to huddle up in a corner and take turns peeing in like a random spot of grass or by a tree or something. I'm not even kidding when I say that. Like that may be something you might have to do if the bathrooms at any point become unusable, out of order, or something like that. So be safe, be prepared. Bring like some little tissues, not like a roll of tissue, but those little packs that people get. Like get you one of them because you might go to the bathroom, they may not have tissue. You may not have soap, water, paper towels, none of that. So be prepared. If you're a vegan or a vegetarian and you're going to Ren Fair, people are going to be eating turkey legs, mushrooms covered in butter, artichokes covered in butter, and all that other stuff. Pack a lunch, bring snacks, prioritize your fiber, prioritize your protein, and just make sure that you're being safe and you're not putting yourself in a situation to starve. Okay? Do not set yourself up to starve, especially if you have other health issues like you're diabetic or you got other things going on where you can't really plan around like that. So, be safe. But yeah, like those are, some of my recommendations for you guys in terms of what you should and shouldn't wear and what you should and should not bring to, all these little festivals, events, concerts, and all of that to ensure you guys have a good time. Because like everything else be going well, but you go to the bathroom, there's no tissue, you're gonna have a hard time, especially if you gotta poop. You're gonna have a hard time.
That's hard time.
You can be having a good day, but if one of your bell sleeves touches the porta potty water, if your skirt touches the floor that's covered in 2 inches of water, if your shoes get flooded with that nasty poo water in those damn porta potties, it's gonna ruin your day. That'll be the thing that you remember about the day. You won't remember anything else that went good. You remember that one thing that ruined your day. And it's like you're gonna regret that for your life. You're gonna be like in your 80s thinking, damn, remember I went to that one thing in my 20s and I wore those fucking bell sleeves and it got covered in poop water and it ruined my whole day. Like that's gonna hunt you in your sleep. You're gonna be trying to sleep and you're gonna have all this stuff pop into your head like, damn man, I wish I wouldn't have done that. So I just want you guys to have fun and be safe and I'm not being a hater when I tell you not to wear these things to these specific spaces. I'm just warning you about what could happen when you do make those choices. So have fun, be safe. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys later next time. Bye.